Be up, guys. At last, I'm on. Apologies for this. Major issues with Wi-Fi today, I'm afraid. I wanted to be on a lot earlier. So, unfortunately, I've got to blame my Wi-Fi, I'm afraid. It was at fault. So, unfortunately, that seems to be the way it is. You either get really great Wi-Fi coming through, strong, really great Wi-Fi, or you get shit, depending, really. And I had shit today with it, so hopefully it's all right now. Fingers crossed, it'll be fine. But anyway, obviously, Champions League special at the Buzz, obviously. I don't generally do two in a week, but I thought I would do another one, especially with the Champions League had been on, and obviously our British teams have played. Unfortunately, neither of them got through, which is a disappointment, of course. But we wanted to see something. We wanted to see probably, obviously, a surprise from Celtic to beat Bayern. That would have been brilliant in Germany, and it almost happened. Well, it almost went to extra time, and possibly Celtic could have won. But to be honest, I just thought Bayern would be too good in the end, and I guess that's the way it proved. And I think we all knew Real Madrid would do a number on Man City at home there, because they're just too good anyway, and they're miles better than Man City, because they're not the team they used to be anyway. And Real Madrid have got the likes of Mbappe to get a hat-trick, so, it was always going to be tough for City, let's be honest. It's an impossible job, really. But anyway, I'll go through some of these comments first, and then I'll bring Warren on in a little while. I've got him on there, my guest today. Yeah, and there he is in the comments, live chat. Looking forward to this. Yeah. Hopefully it should be good. I mean, I will be talking about the timer thing in a minute. There is something, obviously, I'm going to start doing. Going to be a little bit stricter this year with it. There will be a timer counting down. Obviously, you only get about 3 or 4 minutes to. No, it sounds a bit, I don't know, out of order in a way. But I just try to get through it quicker. Maybe this way. I feel it needs to be done. Because sometimes people go on a while, and obviously no one else gets a chance, and we can't move on to the next subject. So anyway, the next one got BVB, by Leverkusen. Of course, Borussia Dortmund fan. Be up to you, my friend. Be up to you, fella, coming in. Bayer Leverkusen draw Bayern Munich on Friday rather than Real Madrid. Then I'll say Bayer Leverkusen maybe for the final. Borussia Dortmund round of 16 quarterfinals and Bayern Munich round of 16. Yeah, it's good to have you in here, my friend, anyway. Nice one, fella, coming in. And another one from him as well, BVB Sports. At Warren's Team Talk, sorry to say, Arsenal out in the quarters versus Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid or Bayer Leverkusen. Could be any of those, or even another one. I can't see. We all know what's going to happen with Arsenal, don't we? They ain't going to get through. They ain't going to win nothing at the end of the day. And they probably don't deserve to with that clown manager, fraud of a manager there. He'll never win them anything. So once they get rid of him, that might change. But when it happens, who knows when it will happen? Whenever. But who knows? And obviously, Rich as well. RD United TV. Be up, guys. Yeah, be up to you, Rich. Thanks for coming in, fella. Brilliant. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for coming in and checking it out. I know you had some streams today as well, and I apologise I ain't been able to come on there today or in the live chat or anything. But hopefully in the next one I will. I think you may have one later, I think, did you say? But if you have got one later, I may come on there. We'll see. But yeah, and then obviously there's this link. Anyone else wants to come on, Obviously, Warren's on at the moment. We'll be on here in a minute. Anyone else who wants to come on, the link is there. And obviously, we're going to go into this thing now about the timer. I'm going to have this timer on here. Hold on a minute. I'll just try and bring this up. There we go. And I'm going to do a timer. So obviously, when somebody starts talking and gives their sort of opinion or whatever, comment, this will go down. And then obviously, once this runs out, it'll be about 3 or 4 minutes. And once it runs out, obviously, they have to stop talking. And then we move to another subject or move on or whatever. You know, depending, that's what I decided to do this year. I feel it'll be a little bit quicker, hopefully, getting through. But obviously, it's a trial today. We'll see what happens. And if it works out, it'll be brilliant. But obviously, I'm just gonna leave it there for the time being, because I'm just going to go into this article. I'll read the article, then I'll bring the guest on, and then we'll start it all off and talk about it all and whatever. And obviously, it's going to be one really for Warren here anyway, and that's to do with Celtic and Bayern Munich. And I'll go to this one first, this article, and bring this up. I'll just read through this, and then I'll bring Warren on to see what it give his version of it, the summary of it all. And here it is. Obviously, Bayern Munich got away with one, which they did, to sneak into last 16 after face of monumental Celtic effort. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant from Celtic. I thought it was a great effort, great performance. And they deserve more. But still, unfortunately, it weren't to be. And yeah, I think they just got through, Bayern. They didn't wallop Celtic at all. They didn't wallop them. So, you know, I thought it was a close thing, and they only just went through 3-2. Anyway, this is by Rhys Jones on TNT Sports. And Owen Hargreaves praised Celtic's incredible effort at the Allianz Arena as they fell to late Alphonse Davies. No, it is Alphonso Davies, I believe, yeah. Goal that knocked them out of the Champions League. The former Bayern midfielder said that the Bundesliga leaders got away with one and Celtic wasted their early chances. Davies' last-minute scramble sealed a 3-2 victory to win, 3-2 aggregate win for Vincent Kompany's side and a place in the last 16. Owen Hargreaves said that Bayern Munich got away with one against Celtic after Alphonso Davies snatched an equaliser to send his team through to the last 16 of the UEFA Champions League in the final minute of stoppage time. The result was a 1-1 draw on the night, with Bayern winning 3-2 on aggregate thanks to a 2-1 win at Celtic Park in the first leg. Extra time was beckoning as the Scottish champions were put ahead by Nicholas Gerrit-Kuhn, who obviously we were after, the Bees, trying to buy him at one stage. It never obviously happened, but it might happen. We might still go after him in the summer. Who knows? But they were unable to withstand the sustained pressure that Bayern exerted in the latter stages. Despite Kasper Schmeichel making a good stop on Leon Goretzka's header, yeah, I think he was great. Kasper Schmeichel, he was brilliant in goal yet again. Superb. Good stop on Leon Goretzka's header. He was unable to stop Davies scrambling and turning the ball home from close range. So unlucky for Kasper, Hargreaves said. He made a brilliant save, but he's just unfortunate. It just falls to Alphonso Davies, and there's nothing he could really do. But Bayern got away with one today, obviously in front of their own fans. They'll be relieved. But they weren't at their best, that's for sure. I agree, totally agree. Celtic can undoubtedly hold their heads high after being able to match their Bundesliga leaders for lengthy spells of the game, but ultimately succumbed to Bayern's pressure. Schmeichel made 9 saves as he tried his best to keep his side in the tie, only for Davies to break Celtic hearts. Brendan Rodgers' side had some excellent early chances, and it became clear they would regret wasting them as Bayern settled into their game and began to monopolise possession. If you're going to go out, that's how you go out. Go out swinging. Ian Hargreaves credits Celtic despite their heartbreaking Munich. You can see the stats. They obviously dominated. But Celtic were brilliant in the early part of the game, added the former Bayern midfielder. After showing Bayern way too much respect in Glasgow, they really went for it and played brilliantly. They were really good with the ball. They deserved to score, but when you had that much pressure, Bayern, possession and shots, it's hard for Celtic to get out. That's where the goal comes from. Alphonso Davies just gambles. He wins the ball in a brilliant area and it leads to the goal. But credit to Celtic, if that's how you're going to go out, that's how you go down swinging. They really went for it, and I thought they played exceptionally tonight. After managing to stumble through the tie, Bayern will face either Atletico Madrid or domestic rivals Bayern Leverkusen in the next round. Yep. We will obviously talk about the draw, in a little while, because I think that's tomorrow, I believe, the draw. But I'll go back and we'll bring Warren on and see what he thinks about it. Here is summary. Be up to you, buddy. Hope you're well.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, cool, mate. Yeah, cool. I just had problems with Wi-Fi, basically. That's why I ain't been on. I was going to come earlier. Yeah.
It's such a pain, mate. I feel your pain. I really do. It happened to me a few weeks ago, and it was out for like practically the whole afternoon and evening.
Yeah, it's terrible, mate. It's terrible, isn't it? When you can't do what you want to do online, and that's it.
Yeah.
But anyway, buddy, what did you make of this? I'm gonna, go for your summary of what you thought, positives, negatives, and what you thought the performance. And I'm going to do the timer, mate, and we're going to do it about, I think, around 4 minutes. I think.
Okay. I can't see the timer though, Mr. B. Do you know that?
Oh, it's on here. I've got it on here.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying that I can't see it. Maybe it's something to do with the way that I've got the screen. I don't know, but I just can't see it. So just if I go to the 4 minutes, just tell me stop. All right.
It's counting down, and when it gets to 0, I'll tell you anyway. But
all right, mate.
Just say I'm just trying this, mate, and seeing what happens. Really. Hopefully
no. I think it's a good idea because everyone needs to have a fair chance to have their say. Because otherwise, you end up with one person dominating it all the time.
I mean, it's only really you on here today. That's the only thing. But I mean, it don't matter. We're going to give it a go. So see what you can do in that time. When it started, 4 minutes has started. So
okay, right. So what do you want me to talk about?
Just summary of it all. What you thought about the game? If they're unlucky, felt they was unlucky, or moments of the game, performance, whatever. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I think that particularly in the first half, they were quite unfortunate. I mean, they were a bit wasteful in front of goal, but you're playing against Bayern Munich. It's not like some Mickey Mouse outfit from the back of Beyond. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You're playing one of the best sides in world football, and for a team to go there that has 10% of the budget of the team that they're playing against and perform like that, I just think it's an absolute miracle. And it just great credit needs to go to Brendan Rodgers and to the players for that performance. It really does, because they defended stoutly, they defended really well. And when they attacked, they looked threatening. And there was a lot of talk as well amongst the Celtic fans that I know that the referee should have stepped in the build-up to that goal. Now, I couldn't see it because it was on Amazon Prime. right? And I've just got to be in my bonnet about that, but that's a different topic, right? But it's Brendan turned around and said, "Yeah," he said, "but it's probably a little bit of our naivety at this level." So, I think he's right, and I think they put in so much effort into that game that had it gone to extra time, it might have been too much for them because they looked emotionally and physically exhausted, which I'm not surprised really. So they did really well. They did the club well. Did the club proud. They did the supporters proud because you're playing against one of the best sides in world football, and they've only got like say 10% of the budget of that team they were playing against. Put it in perspective, right? They operate on a budget, say, of about the same level as an average EFL League One side. So to go there and do that, I just find it amazing. I really do. I think it is incredible, And I've said for a long time that the only thing that's stopping them is the finances. Because if they had the finances, they would be definitely, competing at the top end of these tournaments.
Yeah.
So that's all I've got to say about it, Mr. B. I mean, did I go over the 4 minutes?
Oh no, you haven't. I don't know. It's gone off anyway. I don't know what's going on with it. So hold on a minute. I'll just. Can you definitely not see it? I probably can only get it on mine. I expect.
I mean, it might be just the way that I've got it. Let me see. No, I can't. I was hoping that I was going to be able to increase the size of the screen, but I can't because I'm on StreamYard, obviously. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into YouTube on my phone and see if I can see it that way. But obviously, I turn the volume down because otherwise it's going to be a big problem.
I'm just thinking it might only be on my one, on my laptop screen. That's all right. That's what I'm thinking. It might only just be on it.
So that again?
It could only be on mine. It might only be on mine and not anyone else's. And nobody else can see it.
I'm going to just try it and see what happens, and I'll tell you what it does. Right?
Yeah, no worries.
Right, let's try. No, I can't see it, mate. I've just got it on YouTube on my phone, and I can't see the timer. But mate, to be honest, as long as you can see it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm going to increase the time on it a bit. Actually, I might just do it about 5 minutes or something. That'd be long enough, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, 5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Do you know, that's a long time to be talking. I mean, years ago when I was training to do the profession I was doing, we had to give presentations. And while we were training, they asked us to do presentations, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And it was hard to get, to fill the time. It's 5 minutes is a long time. So it should be more than enough for anyone.
Well, I thought you'd have plenty to talk about it, really, because I know it's obviously your team, and I was watching it, obviously, on Amazon. Unfortunately, you couldn't. But, yeah.
Well, I've got plenty to say about it, mate, but I just don't want to, go on, and I might get a bit emotional. Do you know what I mean? So,
I know. Yeah, of course you will, mate. I mean, obviously, I've got a few people here. What they said, the fans have said, obviously, Celtic fans have said here.
Yeah.
Thomas has said it's levels ahead of where we were in Europe, even compared to last season. But ultimately, still not good enough. I know everyone is speaking about pride, But at the end of the day, we had more than enough chances to win the game and conceded a sloppy late goal. Yeah, guess so. Whether we can go further next year is a big question. Gordon, a nice Scottish name there, Gordon. Superb performance, one that will leave fans excited for what next season in Europe might bring. Credit to Brendan Rodgers for the selection and the players for a brave approach. No one is happy to be knocked out of the tournament, but you have to take your wins, and getting to this stage of the Champions League is definitely a win for Celtic. Now focus on the treble. Richard, what a performance from Celtic. So proud of them. If we can keep our squad together and sign a couple of quality players in the next window, we can go further in Europe next season. Torsten, terrific performance with a heartbreak right at the death. Despite this cruel ending, I'm just so proud. We played one of the big guns in Europe away from home, and we went to them to go absolutely mental after Nicholas Kuhn. As I say, we were after him, weren't we? The Bees. Ain't managed to get him. Maybe in the summer. Sorry, Warren, but
I don't think so, mate.
Put us ahead in a block, packed with Bayern supporters in total disbelief. Moments one we will never forget. Patrick really brought the game to Bayern. They had more possession, but we had chances all over. We just needed to convert some of them. We know we can compete at this level, so this should be the minimum expectation in future. Great campaign that the boys can all be proud of. Graham, absolute pride in my team. I thought every single player in green ran their heart out, but also played with a confidence I haven't seen in the Celtic team away from home in Europe for a long time. I'm hoping it's just the start of us building a consistently competitive Champions League team. 2 more and then we'll get on with it. Paul, performance against Bayern that I didn't believe this team were capable of. A sign that we've developed massively since the Dortmund match. Discipline, intensity when required, and control for the most part. Credit to coaching staff. And David, this is the last one. It was devastating, but also a moment of pride. If we all are all honest, I believe our goal was to get out of the league phase and into the knockout stages. And anything after that was a bonus and a no-lose situation. We showed we sit at the top table. The team did us proud, Warren.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with all of that. Yeah. I think the guy who's going on about, missed a lot of chances. It's true, but I just think he's being really harsh. But I think he has got a point. But, they're getting Kieran Tierney in the summer. And they're looking for a new striker as well because they lost Kyogo recently in the recent window. So they'll be looking to replace him. So if they can do that, then I think, they could do something next season. But it's just, you never know what will happen. Do you know? It's difficult to know. But they did really well, and I'm really pleased with the performance. But they just need to learn from it and build on it, and I'm sure they will, especially with Brendan at the helm. Because what worries me is that after that performance, like other teams will come in and start cherry picking players and the manager, but that is something that Celtic have been used to over the years. To only be able to keep older players for 2 or 3 years and a bigger club will come in and take them away,
That's it's like for the Bees. That's exactly what we are at the Bees. We're almost a selling club. And we shouldn't be. And Celtic are the same, mate.
Yeah, well, it's quite sad given the size of the club, But it's the nature of the beast, they don't. There's hardly any money, Like I said, they're operating on a budget 1/10 of the size of like the top European side. So it's inevitable that this is going to happen,
Yeah.
Because all the infrastructure's there. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the stadium when it's rocking like it does, and it's 60,000 plus capacity. all the training facilities, everything is there set up to be successful, right, at the highest level. It's just the money. Do you know what I mean? That is the only thing, But you know what it's like, Mr. B. Getting these players and them doing really well. Then the next thing you know, they're off down the road.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely doing well, better for other teams, and we're thinking, well, we should have kept hold of them. We might have been where they are.
Yeah.
And doing well. But still, I'm sure you'll keep a good old, hold of a lot of those. It'll be a good nucleus of the team you'll still have.
Yeah,
and
because the Champions League is a big draw for players, isn't it?
Yeah. If you're still in it, you're in it again. Well, you will be in it again next season, of course. So I'm sure
you might be in it next season, Mr. B. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, you're also going to win it again, aren't you? The Scottish Premier. So that means you'll definitely
100%. But the problem is we've got to go through a playoff round to get into the league stage next season, just because of the way that the UEFA coefficient works.
Yeah. Do you like the format of it, though? Do you agree with this? How it is now?
The new one that's went in this place this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do like it. I think it's good. Do you know what I mean? Because before you'd be put in a group so if it was like a Premier League group, like Brentford could end up in a group with Liverpool, Manchester City, and say, I don't know, Everton. So the chances of getting out of that group for Brentford, and no disrespect, mate, but it'd be quite slim, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas this way, like you're playing 8 games, and there's a good chance that you might do something.
Yeah.
Because you're playing sides all across the breadth of the 32 that are in that league. So I think it's really good. I think it's a really good idea. I wasn't sure about it to start with, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it needed tweaking. It was the same old thing every season, and as you say, all the top teams were pretty much getting through, weren't they? There was no chance for the smaller teams, really.
Yeah, but having said that, the format is good, but I still declare that if it's a champions competition, then it should only be the champions that are in it.
Yeah.
Like it was when we were kids, mate, in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was called the Champions Cup, European Champions Cup. And you can't really call it a Champions Cup if it's teams who are finishing 2nd, 4th, 5th, or whatever.
It was all the top teams, Liverpool's and whatever, wasn't it? And Man United and whatever. And teams in Scotland, as you say, I guess you would have had Celtic there and all that, Rangers, whatever. So, I think it's been good. I've enjoyed it. It's good to see it a bit different. They've changed it up, which I think is good. Probably needed it. I think it'd be good. I'm looking forward to it again next year now. Actually. But,
so I'm looking forward, though, to seeing the Bees in European competition next season, mate.
Whether it's going to happen, I don't know, mate. I'd like to see it happen. But
I think it could, but I just think they need to get their act together. If they go on a run, it's definitely possible, mate. Because you've got good attacking. I think the attacking side of Brentford is really strong.
Yeah.
It's just the back. It's the back line that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, definitely. It is. But we're trying to sort that out. We got rid of Rorsleff, which helped. I just wish we could have got rid of Flecken as well, but That hasn't happened, but you know, I think our defence is coming back. Heskey, what am I saying? Hickey. I mean, he's going to be back in a little while. Rico Henry, he's pretty much nearly back as well. So we're gonna have that nucleus of the defence again, back again. Pinnock as well, of course. So, and Collins has been great. It's been amazing this season, Nathan Collins. So I think we'll have a really tight defence, hard defence, tougher defence next season. I hope.
Yeah. As long as you get a decent goalkeeper, mate, you'll be all right.
Well, yeah, we do need a decent one. I thought we might go for that Kelleher or something, you know, because I think he was available at one stage from Liverpool. But
no, he's decent, mate. I really rate him. I kept saying to Del Boy, I want Arsenal to sign him because I think it'd be an improvement.
Yeah.
Honestly, mate, I said to Del Boy, if there was like a British and Irish Lions soccer team, right, I'd want him in goal.
Yeah, he's quality keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's staying at Liverpool because I don't think he's going to get a lot of games there. When Alisson's back, he don't have a chance, really, does he? So
no, exactly. Well, there was talk about him going to Celtic, but I'm not sure that will happen.
Yeah. No, hopefully we might go in for him, but the thing is, we just want to keep playing Flecken for some reason. We just seem to be happy with him. I don't know why, but he kept clean sheet in that last one, I suppose. You can't moan about that. But I just wonder if he will tomorrow against Leicester. I mean, we should beat Leicester. We should be beating them. But you would hope. You would think.
The thing is, to be fair to the manager, he did notice that Roersleff was a problem at right back, didn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe he has got his eye on trying to get a replacement. It's in his head. It's just trying to find the right one.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I'm glad we got Roersleff out because he just weren't good enough for it, and nothing against the guy, you know, at all.
But didn't you tell me that he was playing out of position?
Yeah, I think apparently he was. So apparently his position is more right winger, and he was playing. I think it was right wing back, basically, and obviously he couldn't do that. He couldn't play there. And he kept playing him there. So, I don't know. I think he's doing a little bit of an Arteta role manager somehow. But, yeah, I was going to say, I thought, Thomas, you were better than that, mate. You're better than Arteta, mate. Come on. In there. But,
exactly.
But there we go, mate. And, but yeah, obviously you were happy with Celtic's performance in the end anyway.
Yes, mate. Yeah, I'm very happy. Because it's a step forward. It's a step in the right direction. You know, the club, when it's a club of that size, it's all about taking steps back. Because at one stage, we were like a real force in European football. But sadly, that's sort of not the case anymore until this season. But now we're starting to come back. So hopefully this will be the stepping stone. You know, it'll be easier to sell the club to players that they're trying to get to come in, you know, and things like that based on what's happened this season. You know, because up until this season, whenever he played in the Champions League, he was like pretty sure that we were going to get 2 or 3 really bad beatings, you know, 6s and 7s and stuff like that, which is like, it's not good, you know?
No, of course it's not. But yeah, looks like you can compete at that level because usually before you've been out very early, haven't you? You've been knocked out early of the groups and that. You've been gone in down to Europa League or whatever, haven't you? Conference, whatever. So
because the attack is really strong, like because you got Kuhn on one side. Then we got this fella Jota. I don't know if you've ever seen him play, but mate, he's mustard. And then they got this little fella in the middle. Huh?
We had a Jota at Brentford actually. I think it's a different one though. It's a different one. It's not him, but yeah, we did have Jota there. Yeah, but anyway, carry on, mate. Yeah.
And then we've got there's the little fella. He can play either out on the wing or as a striker. Dyson Maeda. Mate, that guy is like a human domino. He don't stop running all the time. I absolutely love him. I think he's superb. He's just a nightmare to play against because he just doesn't stop all game, closing people down. Do you remember years ago, a few years back, a few World Cups back, the Japanese team were like just full of energy? Huh?
Yeah, they had the likes of like Inamoto that went to Arsenal, didn't they?
Yeah, but they were like really energetic. Do you remember? They were just like running about all over the place, and they were a massive problem because of it.
Yeah, they were
He's
brilliant.
just like that. You know, so he is a nightmare to play against. Anyone that we play against, there's always an issue because of him. Like the opposition, they just hate it playing against him. So yeah, it's that front three are a real handful.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very very good attack you got there. But yeah, obviously you got to wait now till next season. You're out, but
yeah,
I'm sure
exactly.
So you'll be back. So no worries. But we move on to this one, which was no real surprise at the end of the day, was it? Real Madrid knocking Man City out. We all knew that was going to happen, didn't we?
The thing is, they've got top level, world class players almost in every single position on the field, right? This Real Madrid side. And then they probably got the best manager in world football in recent times, in Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah.
You know, and there's plenty I could say about him, and now he should have been at Arsenal, but I'm not going to say it.
That's for another stream, isn't it? Yeah. But no, and you got this guy on the screen there who was magnificent, I thought, because I watched that game as well. And he was magnificent, Mbappe. Back to his very best, you know, in this one. And he really did rip City a new one, I think. Really. It was just amazing. And I know City aren't quite the team they used to be. We know that. We know it ain't been that same City team this season. But, you know, even if they were that great, they wouldn't have beat Real Madrid. They had no chance against them because they were amazing, mate. They were fantastic.
That club is got a real elite mindset, right? And I've seen it at first hand. I have a really, really good friend. She lives really close to Real Madrid Stadium. It's about 10 minutes on the bus. And when they're playing, you can hear all singing and shouting and whatnot from her apartment, right? I took a tea at Arsenal play them in a testimonial game. I think it's for Lee Dixon, a hybrid, right? She got really upset, really angry with the coach, who was John Toshak at the time, right?
Yeah, John Toshak, yeah.
They lost. Real Madrid lost 3-1. Right, she had this plastic bottle in her hand, right, and it was full of liquid, so it was quite heavy. And she kept shouting, "This is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. We're Real Madrid. We don't do." Like, I kept saying it. I was thinking she's gonna fucking explode in a minute, right? And then when the game finished, like, John Toshak was walking around the outside of the pitch, right, and he was walking past there where we were, and thankfully we were in the upper tier. The East Stand, was it? Yeah, no, the West Stand. And because she would have gone for him. if she got near to him. But even that being said, I had to physically restrain her because she was going to go for it. Jesus Christ. So they just, but like, and she doesn't even go to the games. She's just lives near the stadium and she knows about the club and all the rest of it. But that's just what their mindset's like. Do you know what I mean? You know, but mate, they City wouldn't have beaten them even when they're at their finest. They just the whole club is set up to win, and that's why they just won so many Champions Leagues. If you ever go to Madrid, Mr. B, for a city break or something like that, make sure you pay the visit, do the stadium tour. Mate, it is wild. It is really wild. They've got this cabinet with all the Champions League trophies. It was about 14, or I think when I went, it was about 11, right? But they're just all lined up one after the other. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, talk about it here. It's what we won. What have you won? Fuck all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But there we go. Everyone got a bit jealous, I'm sure. But yeah, be up to you, Rich. Nice to see you in here, bro. Rich there. But yeah, and obviously, you know, that was, you know, they had no chance. I mean, I still thought, I don't know if you see it much of that game, but they could have had a penalty as well, Man City, near the end. I don't know if you see that. And they give it as a free kick outside the area, and it was inside the penalty area, and it should have been a penalty. I know it wouldn't have mattered. It was only going to be like another consolation goal, but still would have made it look a bit closer, you know, 6-4 on aggregate.
Exactly.
You know, I thought that was terrible. That was a shit decision, terrible. And apparently it did go to VAR. They looked at it, VAR looked at it and said no. I thought, fucking hell. That's terrible. What if that mattered? What if it was an important decision, you know?
But what if it had been in the balance?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Dare say it was, I don't know, they were winning 2-1 City, right? That sort of decision can be the difference between them winning and not. Like, because if they'd got the penalty and they'd gone 3-1 up, they would have been ahead on the aggregate.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. No, I understand your frustration, mate. I really do. It's just, you know, this whole business with VAR again, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It was. And that's poor. That was really poor. And I couldn't believe that. I know it wouldn't have really mattered at the end of the day, but it's still terrible how they, you know, I think in Europe they seem to have some right fucking idiots. I mean, I know our ones are bad. Our referees are bad. But they're even worse. There's some of them in Europe.
See, the thing is, I just think that there seems to be the rules are interpreted differently. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's high time that someone sat down with them all and made it clear about what's what and what, you know, what these rules actually mean. And I you know, some of these rules I just need to sort them out. This business, like I was saying the other day, about all the pulling and whatnot in corners and free kicks when the people are wrestling in the penalty area, handballs. I just think that handball rule is an absolute joke. Like, you can be stood 2 yards away from, like, let's say you and I were playing, right, in opposite teams. I could stand, like, literally a yard away from you and kick it straight at your hand in the penalty area. You've got no chance of getting out of the way of it. And if the ball hit your hand, my team would have got a penalty. for that. They wouldn't have happened like that years ago.
That's
Like,
shit.
in order for you to get a handball decision, it would have to be proven that you had, i.e., Mr. B, like would have been seeking to gain an advantage and doing the handball, not just because it struck your hand. I just think it's crazy.
Well, where the fuck are you supposed to put your hands? You just immediately, put them behind your back or something. Oh, fucking, what can you
I've
do?
seen players doing that, like going into tackles with their arms behind their back. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah. There's no way you can do that properly and tackle at the same time. There's no way. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
And it's a stupid rule. It's a dumb fucking rule they've got to get rid of, as far as I'm concerned. And the offside thing, where they have to keep the flag down for a while because of VAR. And then a player could get injured because they ain't put the flag up straight away. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put the flag up straight away. And to leave it because of fucking VAR.
I know.
It's fucking, that is another stupid rule as far as I'm concerned. And as you said, I think the other day you were talking about that holding in the area, people holding it, each other, the players and that, not going for the ball. That's stupid. That's terrible. I'd give penalties. I was the referee. I'd keep giving penalties, and then they'd stop it.
Well, this thing that would stop it immediately, but they just seemed happy to let them do it. Do you know? And like this business about putting the ball right, not in that little, quite, half quarter circle thing.
Yeah.
For corners and whatnot. I'm just thinking, well, what do you think that little quarter circle's there for? That's to mark out where the ball's got to go when you're taking a corner. Otherwise, what's the point of it being there?
Exactly, and then they only have it in a little bit of the line of the circle, and a little bit out, And I think that's you got to put it fully in there. It's not right. That's terrible. They get away with it, and they get away with it most of the fucking time. They don't give a shit anymore. They don't care. Don't give a toss. The throws now, you just throw it any old way. You don't have to put it behind your back of your head. You just go like that, put it down like that. It's fucking terrible.
I know, it's a joke, mate.
What's gone
wrong? It won't be long before the players are able to kick it in. I'm telling you, it's coming, right? Well, players will be able to kick the ball in. So it'll be just like either a drop kick or it'll be like a free kick on the byline.
Or they just put it in underarm. We used to do that, what was it, in five-a-sides or something? You used to do that in underarm.
Well, as long as they don't start doing fucking baseball bowling.
we probably had that on Saturday, unfortunately. That started yesterday, that cricket, didn't it? Another today. So New Zealand thrashed Pakistan yesterday.
Well, the question is, if New Zealand can thrash Pakistan, how come England can't?
Exactly, yeah. Well, it's probably because we can't play fucking spin. That's basically what it is, as well. So,
I bet you the Kiwis have been practicing facing it.
Yeah, I reckon, yeah.
Which is common sense, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You know what's coming, you prepare and practice for it.
Exactly. But England don't, do they? They just think, we can do it. We'll be fine. We'll be able to play it any old way, and we'll be okay. But no, you're fucking useless. So they got to start practicing. They got to do something because it ain't good enough. So but yeah, getting back to this though, we're not talking about the cricket. That's for another one as well, another string. But but the other results here. Most were. I mean, AC Milan was a bit of a shock, I suppose, going out 2-1 to final.
Yeah,
bit of a surprise. Would you say?
I definitely would, because the last couple of years, Italian football's been on the rise.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm shocked to see that both Feyenoord and Bruges won through against Italian opposition.
Yeah,
Mind you, that Club Bruges side, they played Celtic in the league stage at Parkhead, at Celtic Park, sorry. And they got a 0-0 draw. And they looked really solid at the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they were real. Honestly, mate, they're really well organised defensively.
Team actually, Bruce. Who's it? I saw him play. Was it? I think I see him play someone else. I thought they were really good. Good team.
Yeah, they are good. They're decent, mate. So I am surprised a little bit, but not overly. Well, certainly not with Club Rouge. You know, so especially because, like I say, the Italian sides have been on the up, and Juventus have gone out as well.
Yeah, bit of a shock, really. But
yeah,
Benfica and Monaco, that was a close one, wasn't it? Cool. 4-3.
Yeah.
They just got through Benfica. So remember when Monaco were a big team, French team, weren't they? Of course, Wenger was manager there at one stage, played for them as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Benfica have been a great big name as well, Portuguese in it. So,
that's right.
But yeah, they're through. Borussia Dortmund, of course, BVB, he was on here earlier on in the live chat. And
he did a commentary for that match on his channel. He's great. He does all these like commentaries for matches. It's sort of it's not really a watch along, but it is, if you see what I mean. But what he does, he just commentates on the matches. And it's better. I'm no word of a lie, mate. His commentaries are better than what's on the radio here. He doesn't start advertising stuff and talking about nonsense halfway through the commentary.
Like they do on fucking TNT and Sky Sports and everything, all that shit they do on there, yeah.
There's no difference between radio commentary these days and TV commentary. Like back in the day, you'd be able to tell what sort of commentary it was just by listening to it.
Yeah.
Now you can't, because they're sitting there on that radio and they're talking about presidential elections. They're talking about water shortages. They're talking about anything under the sun except for doing the commentary on the match.
I remember Alan Green and all
shocking.
that. Alan Green, do you remember him on the radio?
Yeah, Alan Green, Peter Jones, and all them. They were superb. But these clowns are absolutely useless.
Exactly,
It'd be helpful if they actually did commentate.
Well, that's what you say. You watch the match and they're talking about every fucking thing else. They're talking about other shit. But who's on the ball? Who's doing what? Who's passing it? Who's doing this? Who's going over to there? No, they're talking about other fucking shit. And then they go to the audience, the crowd, and show the crowd, and then the manager. I thought, well, what's the fucking game? You fucking idiots.
Or some bird in the crowd.
Yeah, but it's probably better than the game, to be honest, sometimes. For two good reasons. But but anyway, we won't go into that either. But obviously getting back to this, and Dortmund got through, so I'm going to have to check his channel out. Actually, BVB, I haven't been on there yet, so I'm going to have to have a look at that. I know he's
honestly, mate, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I definitely will. Yeah. And what about PSG? That's pretty convincing. 7-0 against Brest. Talk about that.
Seven lucky breakaways, mate, I'd say.
Yeah, you could say PSG were simply the Brest, wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
10-0.
7-0, that's crazy, isn't it?
And people were saying they're not the PSG of old either, wouldn't they? They ain't got them Mbappés or anything like that anymore. And, but I suppose Brest were one of the lower sort of French teams in it. But it's still a great win, a massive win.
But look at the aggregate score. They won 10-0 on aggregate.
Yeah.
So effectively, the tie was over after the first leg, right? But they still went on the pitch and did that. So fair play to them.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, you thought the City one was over. That was well and truly over, that one. So but yeah, PSV, as you say, not Juventus out. That was a shock, I guess. PSV, another big team back in the day as well, a Dutch team. So yeah, good for them. That was close as well, though, 4-3. But yeah, another good. I mean, as you say, a lot of these other sort of maybe lower, you could say lower teams almost getting through sometimes. So it's better for it. Club Brugge is one of the lower teams as well. So, but then to get through, Feyenoord maybe. Yeah. So in a way, it's a good thing. Of course, Real Madrid, Man City. Well, we know what happened there. So it was too easy for Real Madrid in the end. But we're going to obviously move on. The draw is tomorrow, I believe. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. They've got, the first seed, obviously, they're round 16. Liverpool will face either PSG or Benfica, it's saying there. And Villa, they'll have either Borussia Dortmund or Club Brugge. Could be tough either of those.
Bruce would definitely be tough. And who's the other one?
Borussia Dortmund.
Sorry,
mate.
Oh no, Dortmund. Sorry.
Yeah, Villa have got either Dortmund or Club Brugge, it's saying here.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, of course, have got PSV or Feyenoord.
Could be a bit tricky, but I think they'll just about scrape through. But once again, I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't score goals, you ain't going to win football matches. And they seem to have struggled to create chances and take them at the moment.
Yeah. But there are some still really big teams in it, aren't there? Barcelona, of course, Inter Milan and Atletico, Bayern, Borussia, PSG, Real. So there's loads of big teams still in it. And, even Bayer Leverkusen, big team as well. So, I don't know, really. It's going to be tough for Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, I think, to get through. I don't think. Could you see? No, really couldn't see Arsenal winning it this year, can you?
No. I think what BVB David said, or BVB Sports said in the chat was, right, I think they'll get to the last 16 and that'll be it. Potentially. Or maybe the quarterfinals at a push. But other than that, I can't see it, mate. I think Real Madrid are going to win it.
Yeah, possible. I think it's going to be a few other bigger ones in it. I think Barcelona will probably get there as well, quarters or semis, whatever. I'm not sure about Bayern, because I didn't think much of them when they played you.
I particularly in the last 20 minutes of the game at Celtic Park, their defence looks really shaky. And particularly the goalkeeper was panicking, Neuer. Right? He's a top quality goalkeeper, mate. But he was panicking. We had him rattled. Do you know what I mean? They couldn't cope. I don't know whether it was the noise or the crowd that intimidate, because it must be really intimidating in playing in front of a crowd that like hyped up and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they did look really shaky, and the defence, I'm not convinced about it, mate, because if we'd had Harry Kane in that team in Munich, like they'd said, right, okay, you can have Harry Kane. I'm pretty confident we would have gone in like with at least 2 or 3 goal lead at half time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but
And
we
he went
didn't.
off injured, didn't he? He went off injured for them, so that gave you another advantage, didn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
so exactly. But their defence, I'm not convinced about it. Going forward, they look dangerous. You know, they've got some really good players, but
Quality.
defensively, no. I think they're going to struggle. The deeper they go into the tournament, the more difficult it's going to be for them. I think.
As you say, that attack is awesome though. You got lots of Coleman and Musiala and all that. You know, in the midfield, Kimmich and Goretzka and you know.
Gnabry and people like that. See, that's why Celtic. One of the reasons they struggled, like towards the end, is because Bayern had a much stronger bench than what we did. You know,
Yeah.
so their bench is really strong, but it's that their defence. If I was their manager, I'd be really concerned about it because
Oh yeah.
it's too weak. It's too weak, and it looks really shaky. If you ask me.
Definitely. So, but you have still got another team in it, and in Arsenal, not for much longer as you would think. I would
No,
have
I
thought.
just don't, mate. The problem is Arsenal ain't set up to win anything.
No.
You know, you've probably heard me talking about what the owner said when he took control of the club before, and he's been true to his word. You know, so it's just not that club is not set up to win. It's not. You know, I just don't see them doing it. I don't think they're good enough. I don't think there's enough. Defensively, they look quite strong, but offensively, that's a different kettle of fish. For me, they're really weak. Like we get one more injury, we won't even have enough forwards to play the formation the manager wants them to play. They'll have to put someone in from a different part of the field to play up front.
Yeah.
Bonkers. Either that or bring someone out of the youth team.
Nuts, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, they can't even bring a loan player in, I suppose, because they can't get one on loan or nothing. No,
they could sign a free agent because there was a lot of talk on Twitter about them signing Firmino. Remember that Firmino character who used to play at Liverpool?
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah.
There was talk about him signing. Huh?
I thought he retired though, didn't he? I didn't think he played anymore. Firmino.
Well, I don't. I've never heard anything about him since he left English football. So I don't know, mate. I don't know what the story is, but that's the only thing they can do is go and sign a player who's out of contract.
Yeah. It'd be good if you could get one, like one on the free transfer, as you say. Really good player, because you can get some really great players still on free contract. So yeah, that'd be good. Free agent. So, but we'll see really. But I would think out of these, the last ones maybe would be Liverpool, last English team standing in this.
They're the obvious ones, aren't they? Because you know they've got a really good record in this competition.
I can't see Villa doing that. I can't see Villa getting there, even though they've got, you know, as we know, they got a coach, Emery. So, but
the thing is with them, this is where Unai Emery comes into his own.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like European club competitions is what he's all about. It's like he's like bread and butter. He loves it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think, was it last season or the season before, he took Villarreal or wherever it was to the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it Sevilla he was with as well? He managed as
Yeah,
well.
he's won 5 Europa Leagues or something with them.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing, and this is what baffled me about the way he was treated at Arsenal. I just didn't understand it.
Mm. Mm.
But
Yeah.
you're right, Liverpool are the main hope, I think, for the English football in this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I mean, so say if they got, I suppose whoever they got there, who was it? They said they could get PSG or Benfica. They're both, well, PSG aren't quite the team. I know they smashed Brest 7-0. But Benfica as well. I'm not sure they're the best that they used to be teams in Europe anymore. I think maybe they could get through against them, but it's who they get next. If they get, say, they got Real, they'd probably be out. Or I think they got a chance against Bayern. You know, I really do. I don't think they're that great. Inter could be tough. Borussia would be a tough one, I think.
The thing about Bayern is that it would be all right as long as Liverpool were defensively well organised,
Yeah,
which 9 times out of 10 they are, right? But they'd have to be on their guard because they have got the players to cause damage. Where Liverpool would have a lot of joy is if they start attacking them, because that, I'm telling you, that defence, it won't cope.
yeah, yeah,
That Bayern defence is not great, mate. I mean,
yeah. I know.
it's shocking, to be quite honest. So,
I mean, no offence to Celtic or anything, but Liverpool got miles better attackers up front than them in a way.
well,
Because you
yeah,
got
they have. Do you know what
Salah
I
and
mean?
Jota, and okay, not Nunes, definitely not him. Although he fucking scored twice against us. Fucking, I don't know how. But you know, and you got, but you got all the rest of them. Luis Diaz as well is another one. You know, they've got so much up front. You know, offensive.
The thing is, you're right what you said about why you compared Liverpool and Celtic's attack, but you have to remember that Celtic making a signing of £10 million would be like Liverpool signing £100 million player.
Yeah,
That's the difference because, like I said, they're operating on a budget that's like a tenth of what Liverpool would be. So it would mean if they go out and sign a player for 100 million, it'd be the same as Celtic signing one for 10.
mm.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Major difference. Yeah,
it makes a huge difference. You know, and I think Liverpool, they should get through against one of those two sides that you mentioned, who they'd be up against, Benfica or PSG. That Liverpool should deal with that fairly comfortably, I'd say.
yeah, yeah. No,
But
I think if they get either Borussia or Bruges, I think it'd be tough for them because I think Bruges are I really say a very good team. I thought really good team. So
yeah, I wouldn't want to play them.
no, no.
I think that Villa will struggle against either of those two.
Mm. I mean,
I
out of
really
those
do.
two for Arsenal, who would you want out of those, PS3 or final? Or you think you'd probably struggle against either, would you,
Um,
or not?
PS was choice PSV or final. I think that it'd be a really tight game, but I think Arsenal might just edge it against either of them.
Oh, right. You don't think they're that great then?
Well, no, it's not that they're that great. I think Arsenal's defence is very strong.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's what I think could carry them through. Not the goal threat, because they haven't really got much of a goal threat. They haven't. It's simple as that. It's the defence where they're strong, particularly in the centre with Gabriel and Saliba. The two of them are really, really strong.
Yeah. You
Where
lose
they're not strong
but
is creating chances and scoring them, because we haven't got a really good creative midfield player, and we
no.
haven't got a good finisher.
Yeah. You're supposed to have a playmaker in Odegaard and that, but
Yeah, well, I think we'll agree to disagree about. I don't rate him.
I mean, to be honest, your best two players are those youngsters, aren't they, at the moment? Ranieri and Lewis Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much your best players at the moment, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. And it says it all when they're relying on like 18 and 17-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah. Great players, though. They're the future, I think, for England. They really are.
Well, they are, but as long as they don't get overplayed.
Yeah. You know what Arteta's like? He'd fucking overplay him, wouldn't he? Fucking
Yeah, definitely.
ruin them, So, but yeah, mate, and that's been really good going into this when I eventually got on here. Because I didn't think I was going to be on here today doing this in the end, but thankfully I have.
Well, fair play for not giving up and sticking to it, mate.
Yeah, lot later than I wanted to be, but yeah, not going to go for 4 hours, which is good. So it's gone over an hour. It's 1 hour 12. So that's not too bad, I guess. Could have been longer if someone else was on here. So, but no. I mean, I've got to sort that blooming timer out. Really, it didn't really work too well. I've got to try and find one that's going to stay on here. You can see it, and I was the only one who could see it. And I don't mean I've got to try and get one properly on here somehow. I've got to sort one out. No, I'll try and do that for the next time anyway, because hopefully we'll have more than one person on. So if we have 2 or 3, maybe it'll work better that way. So.
But I think it's a good idea, Mr. B, and I think it's good that you try it out first. And I'm quite happy to do streams with you, even if we don't go live. Like if we do a recording, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I've done one recording. That's all I've ever done.
Yeah, not a live one, but just like a recording, so you can make sure that it works properly from when you use it. If you want to do that anytime, just let me know, and I'm happy to do that to help you out.
Yeah, no probs. Yeah, definitely. I've got to try and sort that out. I'm trying to find something. Trying to do it on Canva from there.
On what?
So
what's that?
On that Canva app. I'm trying to find it on there. Trying to sort one out on there.
What's that? How do you spell that, Mr. B?
I think I told you last time, mate.
I probably did, but my memory's shocking.
CAN.
Yeah.
CAN. VA.
So CANVA.
Yeah. Canva.
Right.
Yeah.
When I get off here, I'm going to try and find it, because that sounds interesting.
Like the artists have a canvas. It's like a canvas, but obviously
this is okay.
Yeah. So and then you got all the different things on there, the intros, outros, and you can have your own, put your own other stuff on there, whatever you want. Design your own thumbnails and everything.
Brilliant. That sounds great. Is that how you do yours?
Pretty much, yeah. I pretty much just cut things out and put them together. I stick different things together out of the headlines and stuff and the names, so that's how I do it, really.
I think I've heard it, mate. it's like got an icon. It's like a blue pinky icon with white lettering on it. Is that it?
Yeah. It's like a blue sort of circle badge thing with the name Canva.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I found it. I'm gonna have a look at that in a minute.
yeah, mate. Check it out. Yeah, it's really good,
Mm.
really good. You know, so as I say, I do a lot of my stuff off of there. So I'm gonna have to sort that timer on there though. Try and get that sorted out for the next time. But
Yeah, no, but I think it's a good idea, mate, because otherwise people just take liberties.
yeah, we know. Yeah, we know they do. Yeah, but but anyway, mate. Great to have you on. It's been brilliant. And do you want to shout your socials out? Because I'm also going to bounce very soon
Yeah,
now.
my name's Warren. I'm on Warren's Team Talk YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram and on X stroke Twitter and also on Blue Sky. So you can find me there. Also Threads as well. I just try and sort of do saturation coverage, really. So yeah, that's me. Saturday show this coming Saturday, 2:30, when I sort of do cover all what's going on in all the games up and down the UK, keeping you up to date with what the scores are and when the goal goes in, things like that. So yeah, that's about it, really. So thanks ever so much for having me on, Mr. B. Really enjoyed the chat, and I'm glad that we didn't like go on for hours and hours and hours
No,
like on
uh,
other occasions. So
yeah,
it's good.
that's what I'm trying to cut it down, mate. With that as well, with the timer, that I thought that might like shorten it a bit as well. So
Mm.
we'll wait and see. But no, it's been good. It's been good discussion again, and I feel I needed to talk about it. And of course, you're obviously not happy that Celtic went out, but you were proud of them still. The lads there, they had a great
Yeah,
performance, and
exactly. I'm disappointed. I'm not in any way, shape, or form angry about anything to do with it. So,
yeah,
we sort of were expecting it. But it was weird. I don't know if I said it was you I said it to. I had this weird feeling all day, really strong. And not because just because I'm a Celtic fan. I just had this feeling that they were going to do something remarkable,
yeah,
that they were going to knock them out. You know, when you go to these games and everyone's writing your team off and no one's expecting it, but you in your gut have this weird feeling that something's going to happen. That was what it was. I just thought nothing could dissuade me that something remarkable was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It was weird.
yeah. Well, it nearly did happen. So
Mm,
possible miracle nearly worked, nearly happened, didn't it?
mm,
So uh,
exactly.
yeah, that would have been amazing if you'd got through. I mean, that'd be
Mm,
incredible, but wasn't to be.
exactly.
But next
Who,
time,
who knows where it would have ended if that had happened? Because I'm telling you that no one would have fancied coming to Celtic Park to play.
no,
Mm,
no. It is a hard place to go. Yeah, it is hard.
100%.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't think the bees have ever been there. I don't think we've ever played there. Don't think so. But
They should try and see if they can come up for a pre-season friendly, mate. That'd be
oh,
wild.
yeah, yeah, a so-called pre-season friendly. It wouldn't be a
Yeah,
friendly, really.
not like it was at the old Griffin Park when they played each other a couple of years ago.
Kick lumps out of each other, didn't we? Yeah,
That was
yeah.
madness. A mate of
Mm.
mine said he'd never ever go to another Celtic pre-season game ever again. After that,
Yeah, yeah. That was mad. That game. Yeah.
mm, it was really horrific.
Oh,
It wasn't
yeah.
because people were fighting. It was just because the fans were just going mad.
Yeah, I know. It was amazing, and
Yeah,
you never know. We might play you at some stage. You never know. It might
yeah,
happen.
that'd be good.
Um,
But Mr. B, listen, mate, thanks ever so much for having me on. I really enjoyed it, mate.
no worries. You're welcome anytime. You know that. So, buddy, and for everyone else that's been in the live chat, we had BVB. Thanks to him coming in. I'll check out your channel, mate. Don't worry, I'll be on there at some stage, watching all that. And got a sub to him because I don't think he left his link and stuff, so I couldn't see his link. I couldn't find his channel and that. But
If you want, I'll send you the link for it.
yeah, mate. Yeah. Please, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, and yeah, obviously Rich, as I said, and that was brilliant. It's been a great. Obviously, I'll just shout my socials out quickly. Follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, Mr. B Hive of Football Chat, and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Because there will be some cricket streams coming out very soon. Obviously, there'll be a reaction to whatever shit happens on Saturday. So I'm sure we'll be fucking demolished by the Aussies as usual. Because even the weakened Aussie team, I'm sure will thrash us. So I'll be on there ranting yet again on the stream. So about how poor we are and fucking useless, basically. So but yeah, that'll be coming up. I think that may be Sunday, possibly I'll do that, or Monday, don't know which. But it'll be reaction. And then, of course, also, well, I've actually got to try and do a preview. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do a preview. I might got to try and do one later tomorrow for the Bees game before it even starts somehow. I've got to do one later tomorrow. I think I have a lot of time tomorrow. So as I told you, I'll be out most of the day. So I've got to do one probably about 6, I suppose, if I can. I'll try. But I've got to do a preview for that. For the game against Leicester. So that's an important one. If we can get another 3 points, we're going well away from home. We are actually doing well away from home. Who'd have thought it, Just our home form that's suffering, unfortunately, now. But yeah, hopefully we can beat Leicester. Then I believe we got Everton at home. With hope we'd win that as well. You would think, although they're going well under Moisey now. So won't be that easy. But there's plenty to come, guys. Plenty of content. So check it all out. Go and check Warren's Team Talk out. Brilliant channel. Great guy and a great channel. Lots of great stuff on there. And his other channels as well. The mystery one. We've obviously spoke about things with Hitler the other day. Was it last week or whatever? I watched one of them. That was great. And plenty.
Did you see it, man? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it all, but I watched most of it. Yeah, I've got to try and watch the rest. So
the second half of it is when it gets really into it heavily. Like sort of first half is like me building up to it, and then the second half is where it really kicks off. For want of a better word.
Yeah. Fucking Hitler was a cunt. Yeah.
He was, mate. 100%. He was an absolute arsehole. 100%. It was quite hard for me to do that show, but it is a massive mystery. Do you know what I mean? Because they think that the Russians got a skull of his, right? But it's not even of a man; it's a woman.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just loads of really weird stuff happened at the end.
Yeah, I'll check. I'll watch the rest of that, mate. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at it. It's really good. You got a lot of great stuff on there, man, and I will be checking it all out. So,
can I just say a bit more about that? There's going to be another show soon about this fella called Graham Hancock, right? And he's all about there being an ancient lost civilization that got swept away, at the end of the last ice age.
I've heard it. Yeah, heard of it. Yeah,
Mate, this guy is something else. He is different class. You know, his theories are really interesting. I'm gonna that particular show. I'm going to be focusing on the pyramids and the Sphinx.
Yeah, because that aliens done them, wasn't it? It wasn't Egyptians. That was aliens that built it.
No, it's no one really seems to know, but he doesn't think it's aliens.
Oh right,
but he thinks it's this lost civilization that did it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the Sphinx anyway. The pyramids, he thinks it sort of harkens back to that time period, like 12,000 years ago. But you're right. There's lots of talk about it being aliens, and there's even talk now that they think they might have had, when they built this stuff, that they had access to technology that we've lost. Like, because they were moving stone blocks, right? Perfectly carved stone blocks, the size of family-sized cars.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to ask us, well, how the hell did they manage to get them up?
There's like millions, thousands of them away, weren't there? There are thousands of them away, millions of them, weren't they?
Well, the thing is, as well, mate, the precision with it, it's like 0.009% accurate, like perfectly lined with true north, and it's like got the circumference of the circumference of the Earth encoded into it, and all sorts of real high mathematics. So, and this is people at the end of the last ice age who were supposed to be nothing more than hunter gatherers. So how the hell did they know all this information? Do you know? It's just mate, it is unbelievable, and it is going to be a monster show, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, let's check that out, mate. And yeah, you got an advertisement there. You know, you heard what Warren's just said. You know, go and check that out. That'd be amazing. Be fucking awesome.
It's called Warren's Mysterious World.
Yeah, everyone check that out. You know, go and check all his channels out, all his content. It's amazing stuff, great stuff. And obviously, hopefully we're doing a prediction one next week. I apologise I can't do it tomorrow.
No, it's fine, mate. We'll pick it up again when you're ready. Don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah. We catch up with it next week, so sort it out then. But yeah, brilliant, mate. And obviously we're gonna go because well, was it 1 hour 29? It's still less than I have done, so it's still not bad. A lot less than I have done before. So on the stream. So anyway, guys, until the next one, we are out of here. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Cheers.
Thanks a lot, Mr. B.